Hey guys, it's Chris back with another quick watch video. Today I have decided to use some Brownells Aluma Hyde II in matte black, and you can see here it says super tough, long lasting epoxy finish. This is actually basically a spray paint that is being used by gun owners to paint their guns. And a lot of people are using it instead of Cerakote. And Cerakote is basically a ceramic coating that you put on gun parts to give them a better, it's more of a stylistic look, and you can make them camouflage and whatnot. And a lot of watch enthusiasts have their watches Cerakoted, so I decided to try and use this Brownells on my SKX. I've removed all the gaskets, the bezel insert, obviously the sapphire crystal, the Hardlex crystal. I washed. I actually used some paint remover, cleaned it off, then I really thoroughly washed it, and then I threw it in the oven to get it pretty hot. And the parts are pretty hot right now. I'm going to take these parts, I'm going to hang them, and then I'm going to be spraying them. So the way this Aluma Hyde works is you need to have a very clean part, just like you were painting something, and they suggest that you raise the temperature of the item just a little bit so that it takes the paint a little bit better. And then I am going to be applying a few coats, and it takes almost 10 days to cure fully. So we're going to start today, and then in 10 days I'm going to put the watch back together, and then we will see how it turns out. And then I'll be testing how this Aluma Hyde actually holds up. I have PVD watches. I'm very careful with my watches, especially when they're PVD coated, but let's see how this holds up, and we'll be testing it out together basically. So yeah, so let's see how it works. Okay, so here we are. I have set up a really interesting kind of little rig here to have the items, the bezel and case, sort of sit in suspension so I could spray them without having anything touch them. They're fresh out of the oven, so they are pretty warm to the touch. And I'm going to just start spraying them with the Aluma Hyde. I'm going to do a very light coating, and then I'm going to come back, and it says every 15 minutes you could apply a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to do. It's not going to be safe to touch at 15 minutes, but you could definitely apply more. That's what they're saying. So I'm just going to very gently. So here are the results. This is actually a bezel insert that I put in that's ceramic, but I just want to show you how good this actually looks. And you could see that it came out really, really, really nicely. Now the test here is durability. I did 4 coats 15 minutes apart on the case and bezel. I just put the spring for the bezel in and the crown, but I'm going to remove those. This needs to cure for another about 10 days, so I'm not going to do anything with it until it's completely done, because I want to give this a fair shake and see how well this actually turns out. All I did was I washed this with acetone, and then I rubbed it down with a Scotch-Brite pad, dulled it up a little bit, and then I did the 4 coats. I also heated it up actually before I did the 4 coats, so I heated it to about 300 degrees, and then I did the 4 coats. And then it's been curing in a room that's at least 70 degrees, which is also something that Brownells suggests. So I've been following all the instructions, so hopefully it works out, and this turns out really good. So Brownells is an epoxy spray paint, basically in a can. So like I showed you before, Brownells Aluma Hyde II, and this is in matte black. And I'll be putting back together the watch, so please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you know when videos come out. And I will be making a part 2 to this where the watch will be reassembled, and we will see how that looks when it's all finished. Anyway, thanks again.